Hello and welcome to Plexus. We are so glad that you are here, that you have invested in yourself, and that you are starting this journey. My name is Lexi. I have been with Plexus for almost 11 years, and I skeptically started because my mom made me. I thought I was healthy at the time, and turns out that I had so much better quality of a life to live that I didn't know. I straight up thought probiotics were for old people and I thought that it was a joke. So if you're sitting here and you've reluctantly ordered, it's fine. You're going to be okay. We're going to get you taken care of. I just want to encourage you before I pass it off that one of the best parts of what we have here is our community, and that most of the people in our Plexus community were complete strangers before they joined Plexus, which I love because then in addition to that, we have found connection and community, friendships, and prayer warriors from all walks of life and from all over the country. So I love that so much. And now I'm going to pass it over to Micah to tell us some tips and trips about our products.
Thanks for the mic, Lex. Okay, so as she said, my name is Micah. A little bit about me is I have been doing Plexus for a very loose 7-ish years. I would say 2 years now, probably consistently selling it and actually taking my products. I was one of those that Lexi probably lost hair over, but here we are, and we're growing, and we're being patient, and it's so much fun. So anyway, we're gonna talk about. Also, I used to be an athletic trainer, was in the health field, really cared about health, fitness, all of that stuff. Um, so I've had a big passion in that. However, I recently had a baby a year ago and decided that that wasn't for me anymore and I wanted to be home more. So I have kind of soared with this opportunity to make it an extra income in our house, not just taking the products. So, yeah, we are a whole family invested in the business now and working our way hopefully up. So, anyway, let's talk about some product categories that we have. So, as you probably know, our biggest product category is gut health. A lot of people get started with this. This includes the Triplex, the ProBio 5 BioCleanse, and the Slim. Um, and then there's also the weight loss, which kind of is another popular. There's just my dog, sorry, in the background here. Um, weight loss. So those are going to be your Slim Hunger Control, MetaBurn, Lean Protein. Few options there. Then there's nutrition. So that's going to be like general nutrition, multivitamins, omegas, some other ones. Then the newest one is skin health, a whole new skincare line that we just added. A lot of options with this, a lot of different opportunity to go and add this to orders, starting with the gut health, working inside out, and this is going to be the outside. There's also one of our favorites is the Kids Essentials line. There's a vitamin and a microbiome drink, or juice, as you get to tell your kids. This is a really good for young families, families with a bunch of littles that are looking for clean ingredient vitamins for their kids. Um, Again, some overall wellness ones, the multivitamins, like I said. There's also prenatals when you combine some of them. So a lot of options with those. And the last one is the metabolic reset, which is the 3-day reset that everyone talks about. So this can be used for almost anyone and kind of depends on the results that you're looking for, but can be a great addition to your order. Um, that's all of the product categories. Another thing I want to talk about though is consistency. Consistency coming from someone who knows and doesn't know what that is, it's extremely important. They will not work. None of the products will work if you're not consistent with them. So a good way to start is set alarms. Make sure you take them at the same time every day. You'll get there. It's a process. It's okay. Just be patient. Be patient with the products. Don't expect results tomorrow because your problems didn't occur in one day, more than likely. So just make sure you're not giving up and giving them their fair chance to work and being consistent. And to go with that, an important step with consistency is hydration and water. If you don't drink water, you're going to see absolutely probably negative results. I don't know. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Science. Um, so anyway, drinking water, you're going to see 10 times the results that you would if you did not. So that's my little jab at you. So I'm going to pass it off to Kaylee.
Well, thank you. Hi, I'm Kaylee. I am an elementary special education teacher by day, wife and mom of a 3-year-old little toddler girl at night. So I started Plexus with Lexi sort of similarly to Micah, very reluctantly. Um, Actually, funny story is I knew Lexi and Jeannie and Woody when I was in preschool. We lived in Gibbon. Lexi and I went to preschool together, and then my family went elsewhere for the remainder of my life. But we connected still through social media, and she kept poking at me like, "Are you sure you don't need these products?" I was like, "Well, I'm sure I need them, but I don't have the money for them." The whole thing on a teacher's salary. But anyway, I finally decided after sitting down and talking with my husband, I kind of came at it probably from a different perspective than most people. I actually came in full force for the business side of things. We are both teachers, and our income salary was not great. So when Lexi was like, "Well, you can make money doing this," I was like, okay, now you're talking my language. Let's talk about this. So I actually came in at a different angle from most people and started to make money. I started in January of last year, so about a year and a half ago. And here we are. So just a couple of things that are important as you get started. I did not do this, and I wish I would have. But the big thing to start with is take your weight, your measurement, and your photos. I never did, and I wish I would have. I'm like digging through the archives to find old photos when I want to do comparisons because I didn't do it. But I learned my lesson, and I did it when I did a reset. I did my befores and afters because you learn how important those are to show to people. So that's my little tip about taking pictures. Another thing just to share with you all is our Plexus Go app. If you have not downloaded it, I highly recommend it, and you'll log into there, and there's so much in there. It sort of feels overwhelming, but a few things to just kind of note. First things first, definitely start with the getting started guide. It's slides that you just kind of read through, and it talks through everything, when to take it, and the income side of things, it talks you through everything really nicely. But in the Go app, you can also find all the different product information. There's also a sponsor's guide, and really, really nicely in there too, there's a little tool at the bottom that's a little search bar that if you're like, I don't know what this is called, but I'm looking for something, you can search it and it'll bring it right up, which is really handy when you're needing information. So that's a little bit about the app. And then a subscription. So we like to get people set up on subscriptions for like Micah was talking about, consistency and some perks with a subscription. You get discounted shipping. And you also earn perks, which is something that I'm not always the best at talking to people about. I sort of forget, like I do my own thing and I forget about them. But you get perks every time your subscription runs. You will get perks, and it's for free product. So, like I tell people all the time, I buy Olivia's multivitamins with my perks every time because you get a whole free product with your perks every month or so. So that's a big thing. And then the 100 PV Club. So Lexi and Jeannie are so very generous with our group of people. They do a 100 PV Club. If you order 100 PV within the month, you get entered into a drawing for a $100 cash giveaway, which is amazing. And they're so generous to do that. I think that's all for me. So to wrap it up, I'm going to pass it back to Lexi.
Thank you, girls, so much. This was so good. I just want to encourage you as you listen that we have an incredible community of support. We have our Success Starts With You group on Facebook, which is where all of the goodies about the 100 PV Club is posted. It's where additional sales and deals and things like that are posted. That way you can be made aware of those kind of things. And like both girls talked about, they very quickly started sharing with friends. And what that does is that brings in additional accountability because we really all know somebody who is struggling with some sort of digestive issue, weight issue, energy issue. I don't know nobody who doesn't need a little bit more energy or sleep or a metabolism issue or all kinds of different issues that people just struggle with in silence and they just assume that they're normal. So for that accountability piece, we also have a thank you post giveaway in that Success Starts With You Facebook group. And essentially that is a thank you to Jeannie for getting me started on these products that have helped her with her energy, her mood, and her diet or Diet Coke habit. Let me know if you want to try this with me. A simple post like that on Facebook gets you entered into a giveaway. So we have that in that group. And then like they both talked about, you have a referral link that is attached to your account just for ordering your products. And you don't have to do anything with it if you choose not to. However, if you choose to help one friend get started on the products that you got started with, you're going to earn about $35. And then you also have these different ways that you can earn $100 and cover your products. You could earn $300. And it doesn't take 100 friends to earn $300. It takes helping 3 friends to earn $300. What could $300 do for your family's budget this month? Maybe it's $500. Maybe it's $1,000, whatever that is for you. I don't know what that is for you. You know in your heart what that is for you would really make a difference. Then we have other fun things that we can stack on top of those paychecks, like a trip to Cancun or a trip to Mexico. So I just want you to sit tonight and dream a little about how much different your life could look if you choose. We also, if you're like, this sounds interesting to me and I would like some help in maybe talking this through and getting this started, we have a chat where we give you things to post in your stories, messages to say, and things to learn in personal growth, videos to watch, podcasts, different things like that. And if that's something that you're interested in, reach out to the person who got you started and we'll make sure that we get you added in there so you can be a fly on the wall and see if that would be helpful as well. No matter what you choose for this to look like for you, because it looks different for all of us, we are so glad that you're here and we're honored to be the ones to welcome you to Plexus.